Hello and welcome back to the channel. Hola y bienvenidos al canal. In today's video we're going to go over the regular verbs in Spanish for the present tense, and for today's lesson you're going to need a pen and paper and maybe a cup of tea because it's going to be a long one. So let's go ahead. The present tense is a tense that we use to speak about things that are currently happening. And in Spanish, we have three types of regular verbs. The verbs finish in AR, the verbs finish in ER, and the ones finish in IR. You'll be wondering, how do we conjugate these verbs? So first of all, we identify the infinitive of the verb. The second of all, we will drop the ending, that being the last two letters. And third, we're going to add the appropriate ending. But what is that appropriate ending? So it will be, for example, starting with the verbs finished in AR. As you can see on the screen, it'll be o, as, a, amos, ais, an. So I'm going to leave these on the right hand side of the screen and we're going to go over a few examples. First of all, I'm going to go over with you in two examples, and then I'm going to leave you to do the rest and I'll give you the answers after. So let's go ahead and go with the first one. Hablar. Hablar means to speak in Spanish. So step number one, we identify the verb. Step number two, we drop the ending, that being the last two letters of the word, and then we end up with the beginning of the word, and then we're going to add the endings that are on the right hand side of the screen. So it'll be yo hablo, tú hablas, él, ella habla, nosotros or nosotras hablamos, vosotros or vosotras habláis, ellos or ellas hablan. Okay, pretty easy. We're going to go with the second example, which is cantar, which means to sing. So step number one, we identify the infinitive, which is cantar. The step number two, we drop the last two letters. And then step number three, we add the endings on the right-hand side of the screen. So it'll be yo canto, tú cantas, él o ella canta, nosotros o nosotras cantamos, vosotros or vosotras cantáis, ellos, ellas cantan. Let's go ahead and example number three, which you're going to do on your own. So bailar means to dance in Spanish. So step number one, we identify the infinitive. Step number two, drop the ending. And step number three, add the ending from the right hand side. So I'll give you a minute or two and then I'll get back to you. Okay, got it? Let's see if you got them right. Yo bailo. Tú bailas. Él o ella baila. Nosotros o nosotras bailamos. Vosotros o vosotras bailáis. Y ellos, ellas bailan. Pretty easy. We're going to go and have a look at example number 4, which is estudiar. Again, infinitive. Step number 2, we drop the ending. And step number 3, we add the endings from the right hand side of the screen. So I'll give you a minute or two and I'll be back with you in a while. Okay, so the result will be yo estudio, tú estudias, él, ella estudia, nosotros estudiamos, vosotros estudiáis, ellos, ellas estudian. Very good. Did you get them right? We're going to have one more example with verbs finished in AR. So this time is trabajar, which means to work. So again, step number 1, identify the infinitive. Step number 2, drop the 2 letters at the end, and step number 3, at the appropriate ending. So let's solve that. So it will be yo trabajo, tú trabajas, él, ella trabaja, nosotros trabajamos, vosotros trabajáis, ellos, ellas trabajan. Very good. I hope you got most of them right. So let's go ahead and look at examples verbs with ending er. So those will be the appropriate endings for each of the persons, and we're going to look at the first example and then I'll let you do the rest of them. So example number 1, comer, which is to eat. Step number 1, again, infinitive. Step number 2, we drop the last 2 letters. And step number 3, we add the endings on the right hand side of the screen. So it will be yo como, tú comes, él, ella come, nosotros comemos, vosotros coméis, ellos, ellas comen. Let's look at example number 2, correr, which means to run. Step number 1, infinitive. Step number 2, we drop the last 2 letters. Step number 3, we add the ending. It's your turn to do it, and I'll see you back in 1 minute. So let's solve that. Yo corro, tú corres, él, ella corre, nosotros corremos, vosotros corréis, ellos corren. Example number 3 would be esconder, to hide. So step number 1, infinitive of the verb. Step number 2, drop the ending. Step number 3, at the appropriate ending. So once more, I'll give you some time. Let's solve that. Yo escondo, tú escondes, él esconde, nosotros escondemos, vosotros escondéis, y ellos esconden. Example number 4, it's beber, to drink. So step number 1, infinitive. Step number 2, drop the ending. Step number 3, add the endings for the right hand side of the screen. So it will be yo bebo, tú bebes, él, ella bebe, nosotros bebemos, vosotros bebéis, ellos beben. So regular verbs ending in IR. So the endings for each of the persons are as written there. I will leave them again on the right hand side of the screen, and let's going to go and have a look at the first example, which is escribir. Step number 1, infinitive, escribir. Step number 2, we drop the last 2 letters. Step number 3, at the endings. So it'll be yo escribo, tú escribes, él o ella escribe. Nosotros o nosotras escribimos. Vosotros o vosotras escribís. Ellos, ellas escriben. So example number 2 is describir, which is describe, which is very similar to English words, which are cognates. And if you happen to be new into this channel and you haven't seen the previous videos, I made a video in which I showed you 30 words that you already know in Spanish. And so you feel free to have a look at it. I will leave it in the description down below. And if you're new, please subscribe and stay with me. So, describir. Step number 2, we drop the ending. And step number 3, at the ending from the right hand side of the screen. So I'll give you a minute. Yo describo. Tú describes. Él, ella describe. Nosotros describimos. Vosotros describís. Ellos, ellas describen. Example number 3, repetir, which is to repeat. So step number 1, infinitive, repetir. Step number 2, we drop the last 2 letters. And step number 3, we add the endings. Yo repito, tú repites, él, ella repite, nosotros o nosotras repetimos, vosotros o vosotras repetís, ellos, ellas repiten. Example number 4, vivir, which is to live. So step number 1, again infinitive. Step number 2, we drop the ending. Step number 3, at the ending from the right hand side of the screen. So it'll be yo vivo, tú vives, él, ella vive, nosotros, nosotras vivimos, vosotros, vosotras vivís, ellos, ellas viven. And last but not least, example number 5, which is abrir, which is to open in English. So step number 1, infinitive. Step number 2, drop the ending. Step number 3, add the endings from the right hand side of the screen. And for the last time, I'll give you a minute and I'll be back with you very soon. So it'll be yo abro, tú abres, él, ella abre, nosotros abrimos, vosotros abrís, ellos, ellas abren. So let me know how you get on. If you like this video, if you find it helpful, if you want me to do more videos like this in which I give you time to do the exercise and I give you the result, and please feel free to let me know anything else that you want me to make a video of that might be able to help you, whether it's beginner, intermediate or advanced. And don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.